Good morning, Tanya. By Marielle Liu.
And I'm Charlie Langton. All right, let's get right to it. First, she is a University of Michigan student. She's going to be graduating, I believe, next year. She's also was Miss Michigan World reigning. Her reign was cut short because of some controversial Twitter accounts there. Kathy Zhu is here. And next to her, he is the executive director of the Council on American Islamic Relations. He's also a blogger, an author, Navy veteran as well. Dawud Walid is back. Also, she helped turn around the state of Michigan for Trump in 2016, and she's also president of the Republican Women's Federation of Michigan. Dr. Linda Lee Tarver is back. Thank you, panel. Now let's start with you, though, Kathy. So just so we understand, take a look at one of these controversial tweets. Now, they've been deleted. This was after a 2018 incident where Kathy declined to wear a hijab at a Muslim student organization booth. They were celebrating World Hijab Day. And the tweet said, quote, "There is a Try a Hijab on booth at my college campus. So you're telling me that it's now just a fashion accessory and not a religious thing? Or are you trying to get women used to being oppressed under Islam?" Kathy, you can understand that that tweet is a little controversial, and maybe the pageant that you were in wouldn't like that?
I mean, I completely understand it, but you know, those are my thoughts, those are my opinions. I went through that, no one else did. I have documentation of what I went through too. So I think it's just, you know, they should have vetted me better too before they crowned me, honestly.
Well, there's another.
But what was that situation, just so we're clear? So there was a booth set up at your school in Florida, and from my understanding, it was a group of young ladies who wanted to, I guess, promote inclusion and understanding, but nobody forced you to try to put anything on, right? You had a choice and you just chose not to, correct?
Yeah, so they asked me, they said, "Hey, do you want to try on hijab on?" And they were gonna, you know, reach over, and I said, "No, it's okay, I'm already late for class, and I'm just gonna walk away." So, and then I posted about it later, and that's what happened.
Okay, and then you ended up transferring to Michigan, but you weren't expelled?
No.
Okay.
But did you think that people then were getting the wrong idea, that you were somehow anti-Islam, anti-Muslim, perhaps?
I mean, I get the perception matters of it, but I think that I would, you know, I stated clearly what I thought and what I believed in, and yeah.
Let's do one more. There's another tweet that's a little contentious here. The tweet says, and I quote, "Did you know the majority of black deaths are caused by other blacks? Fix problems within your own community before blaming others." It's really the same question. Do you think that that tweet was appropriate?
So this tweet was actually in response to another tweet, and this person was calling, you know, cops pigs. They were calling all cops, you know, disgusting people who shoot black innocent people. And honestly, you know, it's wrong to label a blanket statement over all cops saying they're just really bad people. I get, you know, one or two, there are incidences where, you know, police brutality does happen. I completely understand that. But through that context, I was saying, you know, you shouldn't just label all cops as bad people. You know, there should be, I guess, like solutions within your own community to fix whatever problems you're having too.
But this has nothing to do with a political belief or a Republican belief or a conservative belief, right? But yet you still think that you were decrowned because of your political beliefs?
No, I think this is based on statistics. The left has a really hard time, you know, listening to statistics and facts. It's all over the FBI's website saying that black on black crime is a really big issue. And I mean, this doesn't just apply to all black communities. It's, you know, also other communities, other crimes, stuff like that. It wasn't directly targeted to black people. It was a response to another tweet.
Let's bring in Dawud. You've heard the tweets now. What's your thought here? Is someone like this, and again, I think we maybe all agree here that the organization doesn't have to allow, they can determine their own standards. And if they don't like what you're doing, it is legal anyway, right, Dawud?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think this is a freedom of speech issue. I think that this Miss Michigan pageant, they have the right to say who is representing them. My organization didn't protest her in any way whatsoever over her tweets, even though we also believe, or not believe, I know it's totally non-factual that Muslim women who don't wear hijab in Muslim countries, they're not being stoned to death simply for not wearing hijab. That's factually inaccurate. And that was something I also read that you tweeted. I'm not sure if it's accurate. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But the Miss Michigan organization, they have the right to say who represents them or doesn't. I don't think it's really a freedom of speech issue. It's just like if someone is at a workplace and they make a statement and it's related to something that a company or an organization feels is not congruent with their mores, with their values, then they have the right to deal with that appropriately. So I defend your rights to your beliefs, even though I would like to have a further conversation with you, especially in relationship to, statistically speaking, how black men get shot unarmed 4 times more than white men in America. That's a fact too as well. And I don't think that's just by happenstance. I think that has to do with systemic racism that has permeated our society for the last 400 years. But you have your right to your beliefs. I don't necessarily think that what she said was something worthy of her being sanctioned or so-called canceled. And I'm really against this cancel culture that we have in the United States of America, that if a person says 2 things wrong or tweets 1 or 2 things wrong, then they're no good, they're trash, they should be banned, and all of these things. I totally disagree with that.